So he won't even get the move, right?
This is going to cut into his moving time. Yeah, in fact he'll have to. It's a whole. If we're giving him 15 minutes, it's a negative 5 minutes. So yeah, I think he's back to teaching teaching class in on campus. Um, it, and so um, for us here on the Pacific Coast, it's 7 o'clock, and so trying to dash home and get ready. So if you guys hear me eating in the background, it's because I was quickly throwing together some dinner here.
Mhm.
But when I talked with Robert the other night, he was interested. We were going to try to see if we could play one of the old World War II games that we liked on Vassal. So I don't know. Did you guys ever play a game called Pearl Harbor?
Nope.
Nope.
Uh,
It's a John Prados game, and it's just focusing on the war in the Pacific. Um, but we'd played it back in probably the well early '80s. I think the game came out maybe sometime in late '70s. So my only worry is a lot of these games that we liked back then. I wonder how much we'll like them now.
How well have they aged?
Exactly. Well, it's like anything else. I mean, when I was a kid, I loved the television show Space 1999, which was about the idea that there's a base on the moon and the moon gets knocked out of Earth's orbit and sails through the galaxy, meeting aliens. And I loved that show. And so then a few years ago, maybe 10, 15 years ago, here, there was in the bargain bin, they've got DVDs of Space 1999. I'm like, oh, I love this show. And I bought a few. And then I'm watching them. And I'm like, this is so horrible. This is a truly terrible show. But when I was a kid, I thought it was
It
absolutely
was
fantastic.
wonderful.
Yeah. Yeah. So so I'm wondering, whether we'll have the same impression of Pearl Harbor um, when we get down to playing that.
well, some things don't age as well, but some things held up pretty well.
Mm-hmm. So Albert, have you heard
Heard
there's
what?
if there's going to be a consim in Dallas this year?
I don't think they've got it together yet. I think there's going to be a problem.
Okay. Well, I'd heard
He
something
hasn't. He
similar.
hasn't. He hasn't done anything so far. I mean, I think probably people are trying to extract a lot of money from him because the hotel business, I think, is doing pretty well.
I think on
I
the
don't.
whole, things have bounced back for hotels. So, all right. Well, we got some people watching us here.
Well, they ought to come back in 20 minutes.
Well, I thought I would share with you. I already talked with Robert about this when I chatted with him the other day. I talked to Jim when he was over playing ALAO with me last Wednesday regarding this issue of cavalry during the reaction charge being able to, extend its line or change formation or anything like that. And so his explanation was fairly straightforward. And he said, during the rules are generally telling you what you can do. So during the movement phase, it says cavalry is allowed to change formation, and this is how much it costs. And he said, and then if you are the active player and you're initiating a charge, it tells you, yeah, you can change formation, and you have to pay, this cost to do that. But it's pretty clear what's going on. Then when you look at the reaction charge, it doesn't tell you, it doesn't say that you can change. And so the default is, if it doesn't tell you, if it's silent on a particular action, the default should be that it's not allowed. And so the analogy then he used was, the rules are silent on paradrops. Nowhere in the rules does it say you can or cannot do a paradrop. And so the absence of a rule saying, well, you can't do this, doesn't necessarily mean that you can do this. And so the way that you should read the rules is pretty much the way they're written, where it says, for the most part, it's telling you what you can do. And because if it doesn't say, this action is prohibited, you should just presume if it's silent on the topic, it means you can't do it. So for future reference, when it comes to reaction, and he also mentioned, the fact that it's a reaction charge doesn't mean they have time to do anything other than just go forward and meet the other cavalry. And the rules were pretty clear in the reaction charge phase about, if you're heavy cavalry, you move forward 1 hex, and then the active player moves forward 1 hex, and you kind of go back and forth until the cavalry meet or the cavalry escape the zone. And if you're light cavalry, it says, hey, the light cavalry move forward 2 hexes, and then the other guy moves forward 1 hex. And so there's nothing there about, movement points or anything like that. It's just simply you move a hex and the other guy moves a hex, and you move a hex and the other guy moves a hex. So all things considered, I think we overthought the whole subject. And David and I were talking about this the other night with the fact that we have multiple rule sets floating around in our heads. Only confuses things. I've got 5th edition rules because I've been playing that, or I'd played that quite a bit. You've been doing stuff with regs. And so trying to remember, okay, how does it work in this game set, in this rule set? How does it work in that one? So sometimes we end up conflating things and making it out to be more problematic than it necessarily is. So
Yeah.
yeah.
But that's kind of like the situation of where you can form square in front of a charge, but not in front of a move. It's not like if you can do something in one phase, it's logical you could do it in another phase.
Well, and I agree with you. And one of the things that I think David and I were talking, or maybe I was talking with Jim about this, was, the sort of, because we were playing Hassenhausen a few months ago, and that was the issue we had with Hassenhausen when we were playtesting it was, you've got this, 32 increment hussar that just rolls up next to you. If they were charging, you'd have an opportunity to form square. But if they just move in melee, now suddenly you can't do anything at all. And so I had suggested, well, maybe it's the sort of thing that you couldn't get all 32 increments into the attack if you're only doing a move in melee. And maybe it should just be only the top 6 increments could actually engage in combat. And so therefore, instead of you having, a 90 melee factor coming up against you, now you've got just a smaller fraction of that. It's only 15 increments attacking you, kind of the thing, or 18 increments, 18 value of melee. And so I think that's how I would try to do it. You don't want to get rid of the move in melee entirely, because so much of the the games that they have involving Cossacks, the Cossacks can't charge. The Cossacks can only really move in melee to have any effect. I mean, they could charge other cavalry, but against infantry or artillery that's in the rear, the only chance they really have to do anything is to move in melee. But most of the Cossack units are 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 increments in size. They're not very big. And so if you have something stipulated where, hey, only the top 4 increments or the top 6 increments can actually be engaged, um, then that's a it doesn't make that whole move and melee thing, completely overpowered. Um, and so, but that's the sort of thing that I don't know that they're going to adopt. I'm going to try to see if I can persuade them to maybe think about that for a future rules update, because then it would still be able to retroactively, because they don't, the big issue they have is if they tweak the rules too much, now suddenly, how is Friedland going to play, or how is Wagram going to play if we tweak the rules too much? Now suddenly some of these things that were an element in the play test, now they're not there, and how does that work? So, um, you know, um, oh,
Well, I know Dennis in particular is always talking about how one change here, you don't really realize how it's going to cascade around the rules. So I wouldn't expect a lot of change out of them. I think the easiest thing to do, quite frankly, would be just to allow people to form square. But that's
yeah, and I
I'm
mean
not.
that's one thing that you could do, and yeah. So there's a number of different ways, and so I'm sure people are going to come up with ways to kind of house rule something like that.
Yeah.
Um, and to be honest with you, I think that that's as legitimate as a option as anything else. Um, so yeah, we'll see, we'll see.
You can have
So
other
for those
rules.
of you people that are watching us, we're waiting for Robert to arrive. He's running a little late. So out here on the Pacific coast, out here in beautiful Southern California, it's only 7 o'clock, and a lot of us are just getting home from work and just eating dinner. So thank you for your patience, and we should be getting started here in hopefully about another 5-6 minutes or so. So um, yeah, so that's what's up with that. And are you still playing a game with John, Albert?
Yeah.
What are you guys doing?
Playing. We're playing Orthus and the Regs.
Oh, okay. How are you liking it?
We're doing just fine. It kind of takes a while to get started. There's a couple of turns to it builds up slowly.
Are you
That's
playing the
why
British or the French?
I'm playing the French.
Okay.
He's the Brits, and so we'll see how it goes. We restarted it once because I can't remember why we restarted it. I can't. We did something wrong, so we started over again.
Well,
So
are you playing with like the optional rules for Hill's arrival, or are you sticking with historical arrival times?
I think we're playing we're playing the historical. I think.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's not too bad.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm in. I can't remember which scenario we're playing, but it's uh, you know, but we're having it's pretty. I think it's one where Hill doesn't really make or break the game.
Okay. Oh, that's not a bad one then. Yeah, because it's. I mean, I really like the map for Othez. That's a really pretty map, I thought.
It is a pretty map, yeah.
And Robert and I had played it. We didn't play the whole battle. I think we played one or two scenarios. But that's one that I'd like to see on the table again, because that was a fun one to do. So
Yeah, I played it with Tom one time. We came out at a draw, and we don't really know what to expect in this one.
well, it's an interesting one because there's the possibility that the French can be aggressive early. They have a numeric advantage over there, sort of on their right. And so they could come out and just kind of, beat up that little British brigade that comes on, and try to deal it some damage, and then kind of pull back into a more defensive position, um,
Mhm.
before the rest of the British forces start coming in. Um, and I think the rules that came with that game originally were sort of a hybrid. They weren't regs necessarily, but they were the regs 23. So it still factored in stuff for the command control um, and for the sort of impulse chit pull and stuff like that. So it should play fairly well with regs, I would imagine.
Well, we're having a good time so far.
All right, Meandering Mike is saying, just hanging out, uploading my latest Britannia playthrough turn. So let's see, Mike. Britannia is that a computer game or is it a Vassal game? Um, yeah. Let's see.
Eric,
Mark is asking, what's my opinion of Karuna? I like Karuna. Karuna is also a good game, very challenging for both players. Lots of interesting choices you have to make. I actually did a playthrough of Karuna. I played it solo and I uploaded it. So you probably have to go back a couple of years to find that. Um, and and I think I used the 5th edition rules for that. So it's probably maybe 4 or 5 years back in my YouTube catalog, and you can watch through sort of a not quite turn by turn, but sort of a couple of turns at a time um, stuff. So yeah,
Eric, I had a question for you.
yes,
After we talked yesterday, I went back and watched your recap of this battle from a couple weeks ago, and you were talking about how you were trouble moving around in the Vassal. Um, that the scroll wheel only did the map up and down,
correct. Well, no,
right?
yeah. So in mine, the scroll wheel goes up and down. And somebody had posted in the comments, that to use the shift key or the alt key or the control key or something like that to make it go. So what
Right.
I discovered was if I press control alt and then I use the mouse wheel, then I can zoom in and zoom out on this module.
Okay. Because
Um,
I don't think that's actually a module implementation. I think it's really for all, but yeah, the main one, shift will, if you hold shift down and move the scroll wheel, that'll do the map left and right. Does that work?
oh, that's cool. Okay, yeah, because the regular one's just up and down. So shift mouse wheel goes left to right. I like that. Thank you.
And for me, it's just control will go in and out.
Yeah, I'm pressing. Oh yeah. It is. Well, when on one of them, it wasn't doing it with control. I had to press like control and alt. But yeah, right now I'm pressing control and it's letting me zoom in and out.
Right.
So
Okay,
okay,
good.
cool.
Yeah, because that makes it a whole lot easier. I could see where you could get a little frustrated going up and using the plus and minuses and stuff like that. So, but yeah, you can just scroll up and down, you can scroll left and right, and you can scroll in and out just by control shift and just
Well,
without a
that's
key.
good. Yeah, because what I wanted to try to do is put together just a little, kind of how-to Vassal, because we noticed this when John Minchin was playing. He was having frustration, kind of manipulating things in Vassal, and so the sort of thing that takes us, half a second to do with our tweezers at home, until you kind of learn the commands and everything else, it takes a little while to sort out. So I thought, oh, maybe a little how-to video. So maybe I need to watch a how-to video on stuff. Let's see here. Meandering Mike is saying, Lewis Pulsfer sweep of history game. That's what Britannia is. England from the Roman invasion up to the Norman invasion. I'm not sure about a Vassal version, but a computer version just released in 2022. He's playing the 1987 version. Sounds interesting. Mark mentions that he thinks Britannia is a great game also. And Mike says, my two most favorite games are SBI's Battle for Germany and Avalon Hill's Britannia. So sounds interesting. I've never played either of those. They sound intriguing. Um, let's see. Ardwolf. No, that's his. William is saying the delay should allow more of Ardwolf's community to move over to this site. Well, that would be lovely if they did, William. So, well, hopefully Robert will be on in a second here, and we can get things started. So thanks everyone for your patience thus far. These things happen. At least we have a good internet connection everywhere. So, as far as the weather goes, it's clear everywhere on the map. And this is the Prussian 440 turn. And next turn, we will have we will start to have French reinforcements come in. You know what we could do while we wait is roll for the first corps. Oh, actually, we're supposed to roll for them at the 5 o'clock turn. So, on the scheduled turn of arrival, the French player will roll a single die. On a 1 through 5, they appear in one particular spot. On a 6, they show up somewhere else. Okay, so at the 5 o'clock turn, the Prussian player rolls the dice determining the arrival of Jacquinot's division from the First Corps. All right, so we'll roll for that next turn. Let's see here. Meandering Mike is mentioning Britannia is designed for 4 players, but you can easily play it solo by playing each of the 17 nations by its own agenda. Wow, 17 different factions, I guess. Interesting. So, well, that sounds like fun. So, Mike, are you playing Britannia solo currently? And I would guess as a computer game, that would certainly make it easy. You can pick whichever faction you're going to play, and there's going to be some sort of AI running everything else. So, David, have you played Britannia before?
No, I have not.
Okay. So, all right. William is asking, did you see any of Stuka Joe's post from BelotACon? He featured some new games on Napoleonic and other eras by European designers. So, yes, I did. I have been watching some of his stuff. I was watching earlier today, he had a video about a game that's in development called, I think it's called The Spanish Ulcer or something like that. And it looked very interesting, sort of card driven, and also having the little blocks, and so dealing with not only the military aspects but also the political aspects of the game. And so I thought that looked like a good one. Let's see. So I think there was another one that he had too. There was another one on a little battle in Spain, the Battle of Val or Vala. That looked like it was an interesting one as well, sort of a push your luck type of a game here. So, all right, Meandering Mike is saying, I'm doing solo playing all the 4 players, and I'm up through the middle of turn 10 out of 16. Okay, very cool. And so, Mike, are you then uploading your playthroughs to your channel so that people can watch it? Or how are you sharing that with the universe? In which case, then we all need to subscribe to your channel so we could watch it.
Yes.
Yet another channel to subscribe to. So that's not so bad. I used to watch news on YouTube, and now the news is so sad. I'm like, oh, please, please.
Yeah. More
Try to-
gaming channels are better.
Exactly. More gaming channels are much better than trying to watch the news, which is only going to depress you. So yeah, I usually watch Aardwolf stuff. Sometimes I can't watch it in real time, but I usually watch his unboxings and some of his stuff. Let's see, Stuka Joe, I usually watch everything with him. The other one I like, and I don't know if you guys have seen it, is Little Wars TV.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the one where the miniatures, and that's great. Those guys they've got it together. I've been watching them basically since they popped up on my feed, I don't know, 5 years ago or so. So
Yes,
let's
they're
see.
very entertaining, and I like their miniature stuff because, well, again, that's where I started the hobby, and was, well, not really started, but that was the major emphasis with my early days in the hobby. So
Yeah, they've got good stuff. I really like what they've been doing recently, and I think they're doing a great job of like promoting the hobby to the wider world. So hopefully more people will kind of get plugged into into the wargame universe through that. Let's see here. Meandering Mike says, yep. So he does have a YouTube channel. He's got a playlist on his channel for Britannia, uploading turn 10 now. Usually 2 or 3 videos per turn. Have filmed about 8 hours worth so far. Okay, so there you have it. You guys, if you're looking for something to do on a rainy day, you can tune in and watch. So
what was the name of
it's Meandering Mike. So
Meandering Mike?
Meandering Mike. So I'm presuming that it's pronounced meandering as opposed to mean daring Mike. Say, but I'm married to an English major, so I know how it's supposed to be pronounced. Let's see. Meandering Mike says Little Wars was the name of H.G. Wells' miniature gaming book, and I actually got that years ago here in California. There in a little town up the coast called Cambria, there was Jack Scrubby had a shop, and he was like the predominant miniatures maker in the U.S. for a long time. So I actually on a trip with my parents when I was just a kid, we wandered into there on the way up to Monterey, and I bought some miniatures, got that book, a little rule book, the H.G. Wells Little Wars miniature rules book, and then proceeded to paint little miniatures and stuff like that. So, but never enough to outfit an army. I did have like an ancient army, ancient Greeks, but never really had a chance to get it on the table. Let's see here. Mark at Clark Commando 1983 says, I'm currently relearning Compass Games, The War, Europe 1939-45, strategic level, World War II, my other love as a subject. Yeah, World War II is fun. The challenges with a lot of those games, they take up a lot of space and they take a lot of time to play. So I'm looking forward to maybe trying one of the old World War II games that Robert and I used to play, putting it up on Vassal. So, all right. Well, let's see what's up with Robert, if he is back home yet. Let's send him a note. I think we've talked enough here. We need to do something exciting.
Hello?
Hey,
There
Robert.
he
There we
is.
have.
Ah, yes. Sorry. I didn't get out of work until after 6 o'clock, and then it takes me like an hour, and I had to make a stop or two. So sorry.
That's okay. I barely got here in time too. Fortunately, the traffic on the freeway wasn't too bad. But we're
Good.
glad that you're here, so we can
Yeah,
get started. I've
Mondays
been
are Mondays
extemporizing.
are Mondays. Yeah, I just sometimes just too much stuff gets in the way.
Well, we can always consider pushing things back a little bit if it's agreeable for people, but um, keep us
Or
posted one way or the other.
maybe another day. Maybe well, how about weekends are pretty not good.
Weekends are pretty not good, or they are good.
Are they? Well, I'm good like on Friday nights or Saturday or Sundays.
Well, we'll have to talk with the other gentleman and see what to do. Let's
Yeah, I
see.
don't. But usually Mondays are good. It just too much happened this today, so I had to take care of some things with school because of it's the second week of school, and uh, there were a lot of people complaining about things.
That's par for the course. All
Yes.
right. Well,
Let me get into Vassal.
yeah, we've got the game up.
Let me get the rules up.
Just to make things really convenient for you, we just decided to
Yes.
mark all of your units as routed. Just cut to the chase, you know.
Oh, we'll just pass everything and just start rolling for everything.
Pretty much, pretty much. That seems to
Yeah,
be
we've
the
already done the movement portion. Your 15 minutes is up.
yes.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Albert already moved. Yeah. No, not really. We were waiting for you.
Oh, well, thank you.
Yeah.
Albert, you could have moved all my stuff in 3 minutes.
No, no, I can't handle all of your stuff. You've got too many routed guys.
Well,
is that a dig
that's
at the quality of his generalship, or is that a dig at the
Uh,
quality
so,
of the troops who
no,
go with him?
I think it would be the same thing on my side. Hey, too many people routed. 1, 2, 3, 5,
Well,
6.
you
no.
know,
I deserve my generalship criticism for everything. So that's
I'm
fine.
not. That's not a react. That's a more of a comment about the Prussians than it is about you.
that's true. That's true.
Well, yes. I don't know the Prussians and their yeah. If the Prussians are like a reflection of the Germans today, then I wouldn't worry about any military equipment coming to Ukraine from Germany.
There you go.
Well,
Well, we're not gonna comment on that. I don't want YouTube to ban my videos. So,
oh yeah, I'm gonna get the Russians to come after you.
well, it was interesting because with the comments in the live. Well, why don't you and Albert chat with each other while you kind of look at stuff and
Okay, give me a second. I just need to open up all the charts and everything else. It takes a while. Hold on, let me find them all.
yeah,
Okay. All right.
yeah. But what I was saying is YouTube with the live streams.
Uh-huh.
There's if somebody posts a comment that somehow YouTube thinks should be reviewed before it's allowed to be shown, it will pop
Hmm.
up, and then I have to look at it and say either allow it to be shown or hide it. Um, and so somebody had posted the other week about the French need to destroy the British and the Prussians and whatever else, and so obviously the idea of destroying the British or the using those words, somehow YouTube's little algorithm thought, oh, we should hold this for review before we allow it to be shown in the chat. And
They're
so,
basically saying like Eric's table is genocidal.
well, yeah, exactly. I mean, well, and
That's-
obviously with
Hateful speech on Eric's table.
yeah, yeah,
It's where somebody's feelings are getting hurt over there.
yeah, yeah. So
Eric's Proud Boy tables. Yeah. Okay. Okay.
that's
Yeah.
all I need. That's all I need. Thank you,
There you
guys.
go.
Thank you. Well, I either get lots of subscribers or or I'll get canceled. So
Well, we're not playing Civil War games, so we're okay about saying that.
Oh yeah. The
Napoleon
trouble with the Civil War games, you can't show those because there's a Confederate flag on some of the counters.
yeah, yeah. Well, and even with sometimes like on Consim Marketplace on Facebook, some of the old Avalon Hill games or some of the old SPI games, World War II games, they'll have a image on the cover that's a
Swastikas.
swastika, and
Yeah.
suddenly, or it's the Third Reich or whatever the name of the title of the game might be, something provocative, and so people when they post it, they will slap a sticker over it or whatever else, so that way the automatic
So-
algorithm on Facebook doesn't delete the post or flag the post or something.
You just got to
so-
put the name India in every once in a while, and then you're okay.
India.
That's where the swastika originated.
Oh, yes, I know that, but that is one of those things that
And then
even
for
then,
Civil War games, just the South always has to lose, and then you're probably okay.
Yeah.
all right.
Oh.
Well, why don't you guys chat a little bit, figure out what you're going to do,
Yes.
and
Yeah, let's take a look at this
yeah.
total
Right.
mess that's become my line.
Yeah. Okay, let's go down to the coalition headquarters.
Yes. Where is it located, anyways?
Coalition headquarters. It's the Moulin de Busset there, but it's down. So it's south of the lobby in Discord.
Oh, I see it. Okay.
Yeah.
There was something covering it up.
Yeah.
Okay. See you later.
All right. Well, David, how do things look for you?
Good. I was just sorting out the counters in the morale level track, and their first corps is getting kind of beat up there, isn't it?
Yes. I think they are probably getting near to a morale level, because they've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They got 6 units that are completely dead, and they need 8 to get on a level.
Right.
So
And
they're
the
just
Jaegers don't count, right?
yeah, the
little-
Jaegers and the Schutzen
it's-
don't count. The little companies,
Right.
so it's only the battalions. So they've got some units that are nearly dead, but they've only got a couple of maybe one increment left or something like that. And they've got some stuff that's routed, and so if they have at least two battalions that are still on the routed list come the end of this turn, then that will potentially put them on a level. And I mean the second corps isn't much better, right?
No,
it
and
looks like the second corps, it's the same thing. They got those are all so. Yeah, second corps. Oh no, they've only got one unit that's totally dead in the second corps, as far as a battalion goes.
Right. The others are
Yeah.
Jaegers.
Yeah, so second corps is in better shape. Yeah, so first corps will probably be on a level here pretty soon. I've only had one battalion destroyed, and that is one of the ones from Girard's division.
Should the cavalry one they really don't go on this chart, do they?
Cavalry units, I mean, no, we can put them here, but
'Cause
they
there's one
don't.
sitting in the battery box.
Oh yeah, well we can put dead stuff in the battery box. That's cavalry or artillery. Let's see. Meandering Mike is saying, what is the terrain that is light green with no symbol? So, I'm I'm presuming, Mike, you're talking about this terrain here. So it is just sort of kind of, you can think about it as lower terrain. It's kind of there along the river. It's mostly in this particular game, um, a doesn't have a lot of it does. It's still treated as clear terrain, um, for the purposes of movement. Um, for in the Mont Saint Jean game, that particular terrain is considered sodden terrain, and that's because you had all that rain the day before and the morning of the Battle of Waterloo, and so therefore it is um, has a slightly different. It's got a penalty for movement because it's extra soggy. But in this game, it's just for aesthetics, and in some regards, you can think of it as um, kind of maybe the ground's a little lower because it's right there. Usually, it's along a water course, so usually it's along the streams and the marshes and whatnot. But it doesn't really have an impact on this game. Um, the Mont Saint Jean map has a lot of this there along the various streams, and it does have an impact on movement, and particularly problematic for the Prussians because they have to march, from the eastern map edge over to where they want to engage the French, and most of the time they've got to cross through swaths of that sodden ground, and then that just slows down their march even more and makes it a little harder for them to come to the aid of the British. So that's but the second edition of Ligny and the second edition of Quatre-Bras have this aesthetic. With the first edition of both Quatre-Bras, Ligny, and Mont Saint Jean, it was more of a tan. So the paper, instead of it being white, the paper was tan, and it had more of a brownish, tannish look. Um, you know, instead of having this sort of greenish look to it instead. So the general aesthetic is a little bit different from the original. Um, I really liked the original. You know, the only real difference between this and the first edition is sort of the coloration. So this is more of a green tinge to it. In the older edition, these slopes, instead of them being in green, would have been sort of more in a brown color. Um, and then it's got where the special structures are. It's got little gateways for people moving in through the special structures. They've got to come in or only assault through that specific spot. So that's really I think the principal difference between the between the two games. So, David, did you ever pick up the second edition of Ligny or Quatre-Bras?
No, I just have the first editions on those.
Yeah, and you should be fine. And you've got the newer counters that I sent you,
Yes.
so you should be able to play um, both of those games without a problem. And the newer counters, I think, are really sharp and certainly make it easier to find your your division and your parent core and all that jazz. So cool. Well, what have you got on the table? What are you going to be playing now that you've got your game room set up?
Well, it's not completely set up yet, but I was actually going to pull because I've got these bins of stuff I've been hauling around with me for 50 years of old, games that I have, and I'm thinking of pulling out some of those and actually taking revisiting them.
Yeah,
So
that
there's
that, that can be fun.
there was an old SPI game, Armageddon, which is just a generic Ancients game. There was some others out there that I've got too. So
Okay. Well, that
that's some of
sounds
the
good.
thoughts.
Well,
Hey, what time is it, guys?
it is 7:40. I mean, sorry, it is. That's what time it is here. It's the 4:40 turn. So it's the
40. Oh, it's
Prussian
not
4:40 turn.
not the five, and so we don't roll for our reinforcements.
No, we don't. So at the 5 o'clock turn, you guys will roll for elements of the Fourth Corps showing up for you, and then we'll roll for
Okay.
the French First Corps potentially showing up as well, and then we will
Okay.
get LeBeau's Corps coming on as a reinforcement in the 5 o'clock turn. So
Okay.
that's
All right.
all coming up in another turn.
Okay.
So, well, so first off, do you guys have any cavalry charges?
Yes, I have one.
Okay, well, why don't you go ahead
I don't
and
know
mark
about
it?
Albert. Mark it. Hold on. Oh, my screens are having an issue. Hold on. What's going on here? Okay. Okay.
All
I don't
right.
think you can charge him.
Yeah, because he has to go directly into the hex directly in front of him, which is a woods hex. So you can't charge into or through a woods hex.
Now let me look at the rules.
Yeah, so he couldn't charge.
Now let me check the rules.
You can check, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that's ways because I had that same problem last turn because I had another one here that I wanted to charge and I couldn't do it because at the
Oh, because I
time you
can't see the.
Well, you don't need to have a line of sight on who you're charging. Um, when you initiate the charge, but when you conduct the charge, you have to move directly into the hex in front of you before you can turn or change formation.
Oh yeah, it says the first hex must be directly in front.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, well I guess I can't do that then.
Yeah. So what you'd want to do is
More
move him into a different spot next turn.
tyranny of the rules. You need to have anarchy with rules.
Yes.
Nobody should follow them. It should be like how you feel like the rules should be. Okay, I can't do that then. So I'll take that off.
All right, Albert, did you have any charges?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, we can just get down to brass tacks then with movement. So, Robert, would you and David pop down to game room 1 and
Sure.
see you there.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Where do you want to start?
Up with the cavalry up in the north.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Let me zoom in there and head on up.
Okay. Here we go. There. And then move back. Okay, all right, there, that's good. Okay, then I think, cavalry wise. Okay, I'm down here now, right in here.
Okay, I see you.
Yes, sir. Okay, I'm going to take that off. And I'm going to move 1. 2, 3, 4.
Oh, he's got everybody coming in.
Okay. Now let's see. Seven. Okay, these guys will come up.
So, are those guys moving
Hold
out,
on.
or are you just stacking
No.
somebody else on top?
No, I'm sorry. So let's see. I think I've got to 1, 2. I'll just move them back. Let's see what I want to do. Oh, hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What's the turning thing?
To turn the unit, you could press either Control Z or Control X to turn it.
Okay.
So did they?
Alright.
Yeah.
Okay, and then these guys are going to move up to here.
So where are you at now? Oh, okay, you're Jaegers. Okay. So when they go to change formation, I could take an opportunity shot at
Where?
them.
Oh,
So they
there.
moved from there to
Oh,
there, right? They were in.
Where are you? I mean, you're. Oh,
I'm right
you're.
here. Yeah,
Oh,
I've
you're
got.
in there.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I'm moving into your hex. Not
Right, but you weren't
through it.
in skirmish order. So you were in. So you could change into
I
skirmish
can change
order.
in the.
Yeah,
I can change
then
in the
you could.
building.
Yeah,
I could change here too and go over.
yeah.
Or no, I guess I couldn't do it
Well,
there.
then if you did,
But I
then you
could.
get shot. So
Okay. If I could change, I move these. Okay, I'm gonna. Okay. Come on. Using valuable time here.
So where was this chap, Albert?
What chap?
This one here that you moved into that structure?
Is right here. Right here.
Oh, he was right there. Okay.
Okay. Let's see. All right. Six. Okay, what's this guy? Land, but no. 1, 2. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Where are you at, Albert?
Uh,
Are you moving that artillery? Okay, I see where you're at now.
Damn it. I hate this. Hate this timed movement bullshit.
Well, no one's paying a lot of attention to the time, so just relax.
It's 11, 12, 13, 12, 13, 14. Okay. Oh, come on. Damn it. Let's see, we're gonna. Okay. Okay, now I'm down here. 1. This is not a road, so I guess I have to 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
So he'd actually be one further back because they only move 7, right?
Oh,
This guy
okay.
moves 8, he moves 7. So
Oh, yeah.
they'd only be
Right.
back 1 more.
Okay. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Okay. All right, I'm going to move down in the artillery line now.
Okay.
I'm going to prologue these guys back.
Okay.
And I'm going to move this guy down here. Oh. And this guy will move. Oh no, he's going to go across the river. And well, actually, he's here. He's going to flip over, I think.
He's going to go into skirmish? Okay. So then he would occupy 2 hexes, yeah. All right. So as soon as he does that, I'm going to try to opportunity charge him with these cavalry.
Oh, I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, because you moved within 2 hexes of my cavalry.
He can charge through that stuff?
So this is village.
Oh, wait a minute.
So I could charge
Wait a minute.
into village. So I have my reaction zone is here, 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 right? So if you move into that hex, I could charge you. If you move into that hex, I could charge you. That hex, I could charge you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Never mind. I want to do that then. Okay, so let's see. He's going to move here, I guess. Let's see. I will. Well, I may move him. Now the trouble is, if I move in square, I can't go. I guess I can still go across there.
Well, you'd have to put him in square this turn, and then next turn you could move him one hex forward. You could kind of keep him. You could move him one. Well, actually, they have a movement. They only have a movement point of one. So it would be too expensive for them to cross the stream. But if you put him to square here, and then next turn you could move the square there, because that only cost one to move through.
I think I could move here and move into square, and then put it into the square.
Well, as soon as you move here, I could opportunity charge you, and that would freeze you. You wouldn't be able to form square until next turn. So by moving there, that provokes my opportunity charge, and you couldn't then form square or unlimber your guns or whatever at that point in time. So.
So I see. So I'm gonna move this guy here.
Yep, that's fine. I can't do anything about that.
Oh shoot. Oh man. Okay, and then this guy is going to move one. And maybe I could form a square at 2. Let's see. He's not Fusiliers, though this guy is. So I'm going to try this. Okay, we'll come back to this at the end of the move. Okay.
Sure.
That guy is the guy that's completely. And this guy, does he have a? Oh, they both have markers. Okay.
Yeah, they're both beaten up.
Okay. And I think since they're both beaten up, I'm going to go here. I'm just going to try and form square there. So
you can just put a square marker on him. It only costs one movement point to change formation.
Okay, let's see if I have enough time. Okay, let's see. Okay.
So where are you at now?
Just looking around.
Okay, take your time. No rush.
Yeah, I think Robert took some of my cavalry.
Well, he might. Well, actually, there was a unit, I think, that had routed in
Where'd he
the
go
last
with
term.
it?
It was like a heavy cavalry unit.
Yeah, where'd he go?
He's up here, I think. Yeah,
Well,
it was like a
oh,
dragoon or crosshair or something like that. That had been over here by your gun line, and I think he got
hmm
hit in by David's fire. So I think they pointed that out to you towards the tail end of the last time we played.
okay. Yeah.
Are you doing some more prolonging backwards?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. And I got two. Let's see, two there. Okay. All right. Let's see now. This.
So did you move this guy back?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll get a opportunity shot at you as you leave. So it's going to
No, I think
be
I think I'll stay.
okay.
He's gonna have somebody's gonna have to take the hit, I guess. I could have gotten more guys in there.
Oh, you're
I see.
welcome.
Maybe I now if I think I'll withdraw this guy, the skirmisher. So take a shot at him,
Which one?
and then I'm going to move these two guys in there.
So which skirmisher is moving out?
The skirmisher right here. The
Okay. So I got 28 to 14, a 2-to-1 shot. 15, that's a miss. Go ahead, move him out.
okay, well, oh, come on, man.
All right. Did you have anything else, or have you got everything more or less
I
sorted
think
out?
that's about it. That's about
Okay.
it. All right.
All right. Well, let's do some defensive fire. We'll start down here in the Saint Amand area. You've still got one poor codger who's hanging out over here. So I've got 12, and that's going to be another 8, so that's going to be 20, and that's going to be 5, so that's going to be 25, and then that's going to be another 20. So I got 45 to 20, so I've got a 2-to-1 shot. 23 at 2-to-1 is a miss. All right, moving on over here. I've got these guys here can fire on these guys here. So let's see. I've got 6. So I got 4 times 5. So I got 20. So I got a 20 to 11.
Oh, Eric, I forgot something.
Oh, what's
I'm
that?
sorry, I forgot something. I want to put him back here.
Oh, okay. So he's not
Okay.
he's not there. He's there.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Then these two guys will combine on him instead. So I'm going to have 40 to 11. So that's going to be 3-to-1.
Okay.
64 at 3-to-1. That's going to be 2 hits.
Okay, that'll just about take.
Yeah, there's only 1 increment left of those guys. Make a morale check. A 24. It'll be -6 for them being half dead, so that makes it a 14. And then I don't know what Zythan adds. He probably adds in something, but you gotta see if they pass. Nope, they're gonna disorder, so they gotta go back 3.
Okay, so they're going to go. All right. 1, 2, 3, or 2. Let's see, 1.
It would
2.
end right there.
Yeah. So I guess I have
Yep, go ahead and roll for that guy while you're in the neighborhood. Oh, they're happy. All right. Now we move up the creek a little bit. I've got these guys and these guys can fire here. So I've got 8 plus 12. That's going to be 20. And you are in line, and it looks like you've got more than 7 increments there. So you're going to have a fire defense of 8. So 20 to 8, that is 2.5 to 1. Here we go. 22 at 2.5 to 1 is a miss. All right, over here I've got some Jaegers, or my skirmishers. They'll fire here on your skirmishers. So it's just probably going to be, let's see what have I got. I've got 4 increments, so that's going to be 8 to 14, and that's a miss. All right, here I've got these guns. They are going to fire on this stack here, and you've got 17 increments there, so I will have a +8 on the die roll. So I've got 14 plus another 12, so I got 28 to 6, so that's 4 to 1 shifted to 5 to 1 with a +8 on the roll. Here we go. 41. Let's see here. Oh, it's not 17. You've got 15, so it's a +6. So that's going to be a 51, and that's going to be 2 hits.
Okay. Okay.
All right, make a morale check for them. 32. I'm sure they pass. They're some of your dedicated people. All right, moving right along. Okay, we've got the artillery here, and they will fire. They'll fire here on this Landwehr. So you've got 16 increments. So it's going to be +7. So I've got 32 to 8. That's going to be 4 to 1 shifted to 5 to 1 for canister with a +7. 41, that's going to become a 52 at 5 to 1. That's another 2 hits.
Okay, let's see. Increments lost.
And that's a morale check then for the top unit.
Hold on. Increase. Okay. And here we go with that.
So they
52.
pass. Okay. All right. I've got these guys firing there. So I've got, it looks like, just 12 to 20. 35, that's nothing. All right. And then these guys here, I've got 12. And then how much do I have there? I've got 6. So I've got another 3 times 4. No. What am I? Line times 3. So I've got 9. So I've got 21 to your defense in the village. So you're going to have a fire defense of 11. So it is 1.5 to 1, and that's a miss. And then these guys, it's going to be 9 to 14, and that's a miss. Okay, and I think that's it for my defensive fire. So
Okay.
now it's time for your offensive fire.
All right, let's start up here. First, I will start with this artillery.
Okay.
Why they moved, I don't know, but 1, 2, 3, 4. So they are 7 to 6.
So 1 to 1. And that's
16. What a great start.
That's okay. I
Okay.
didn't have do much better.
Oh. Let's see. I'll try this skirmish unit. Who's got how many does he have? Even?
Probably only got 3 left if he's in 1 hex.
Oh, well, wait a minute. The guy just disappeared. Where did he go? Got the undo lesson. There he goes. Comes back. Okay, so let's see what we got here. Got 3. Yeah, 3.
So
3
those are
times
your
3
Fusiliers. Yeah, 3 times 3.
9.
So
9 to 9. 1
yep,
to 1.
1 to 1. Hey,
That's a hit.
All right, and those guys are getting a little smaller.
Okay. No hit. Odd. Okay. Let's see. I've got the guys here with the. So they're 12.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to take these guys.
Right. So that's going to be
And
6. So that's
these
going to be
guys.
18. And that's
And
just
they're all
1.
going to go on these guys.
Okay, so you got 19 to 11. So
Oh,
1.5 to 1.
that's fun. Okay.
So that's going to be a hit. And I think that's the first hit on those guys. So there we go. Okay.
Okay. And now we will fire all of these dudes. Let's see, we've got 2 Landwehr. They're probably both the same.
Yeah, they're probably, so you got 6.
So they both got a 6. So it will be.
So you have 6 plus whatever this
6.
guy's,
Yeah.
whatever his
6
printed
plus
value
whatever
is.
that guy has. So
probably-
let's see.
It's probably a 7 or an 8 maybe. Nope, 6. So you got 12 to 10. So it's 1 to 1. So you can't actually do any damage to them.
Okay. All right. We will place the assault markers for
Sure.
future
So
for
you don't
future
forget.
reference.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Okay, so then we go down here, and we have
Probably something
similar thing.
So
6.
And the other guy's probably
Yeah.
also.
He's also
so you got
6. So it's
12.
12. This time I think it's 12 to 6, though, isn't it?
Well, let's see. I'm in line. So
You're in line, so it's 7.
So yeah,
12 to 7.
12 to 7. So it's
So it's not quite
1.5
2 to 1, it's 1.5.
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
no,
that's
nothing.
not good enough.
And I'm going to have another big assault here.
Okay.
Okay, as you could have gathered. Okay. I forgot to add in.
Well, just go
These
ahead, throw them on these guys. I mean, with the roll you made,
Yeah,
22 is not.
wouldn't have made it
Even if
anyway.
you were at 2-1, you'd have to get to 4-1 for that roll to have done anything. So you might as well just throw these guys in
Yeah,
against
so
the
I
skirmisher.
think I've got 2 guys on this hex here,
Mm-hmm.
and these guys are.
They
You
look
flip
like
them
they're
over.
one increment.
1. So I've got 4 increments times 3. That should be a
Well, so
12.
the Schutzen are times 4. So this guy's worth 4. And then you've got how many
4 to
increments here?
plus
Do you have
2.
3 increments there? Or
Oh, wait a
2?
minute.
Oh,
Let's see.
you only have 2 increments there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then you're going to have 6 plus 4. You'll have 10. 10 to 14.
Okay. 10 to 14. 6. So he's 6 here, plus 4 there. Okay. Okay. All right.
And that's nothing.
Okay. Then we go down here, and I'm in line,
Mm-hmm.
so I can fire the 4 units here. That's 12.
So those
To,
guys are,
plus-
remember, those are
plus-
only times 2. So
Okay,
the top unit is the Musketeers.
8.
So that's going to
Yeah,
be
and let me
8.
see what the other guy is. Okay,
And-
he's 3.5 times.
well, he's just 3. So he's 3 times 3. So he's going to be 9 plus 8. So you're going to have
Round
17.
down or something?
Well, you can only
You don't
have
have-
3 in each hex firing.
Yes.
Right?
So do you multiply by 3.5 or 3?
No, it's just 3. So only in skirmish, only 3 increments. Even if you have 4 or
that's-
5 increments,
that's
there
right,
only
that's
3
right.
can fire out.
That's 3 times 3.
Yep.
It's
So you're gonna
9
have-
plus.
Yeah. So you've got
Plus another-
17, and I've got a fire defense of 8. So you got a 2-1 shot.
1. Okay.
Hey,
All right.
that's going to be a hit. And a leader
And-
casualty.
Maybe.
All right. So
Okay.
let's go ahead and increase this.
Big deal.
And I got to make a morale check for. Well, first let's roll for the. I'll make a morale check for the unit. They're half dead. They pass. And then I'll roll the dice and see what happens to the leader. A 3. He is going to be wounded. And the question is, how long is he out of action? All right. I think he's going to be gone for a little bit. I think it's a leg wound, maybe. Leg wound. Roll 2 dice. That's the number of hours out of the battle. So that's going to be 5. So he's going to be gone for 5 hours. All right. So, and he is. Oh, he's a pretty good general. He's a 5-factor morale. So I will now have to make a morale check with a -5. So let me put him on the battle. If this is 440, he's showing up at 940. I don't know that we will play long enough to get to that. All right, so now let me go ahead and make a roll for the stack here. So I'll roll for the top unit. I've got a -11 altogether. 46, that's going to be a 21. Let's see what these guys are worth. They're 16, they pass.
Mhm.
And then the bottom unit, 33, and they're only -6 or -5. So they're going to, what are they worth? Here, let's just flip everybody. They're fine too, so nobody freaked out.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So the first now then we go to the artillery.
Okay.
Oh, I got this guy. Let's see. Got that guy to fire. So let's see.
He's got 4 increments. Times 2 is going to be 8, divided by 3. So it's a little less than 3 per shot. So he's like on the 1 to 3 shot against
Okay, I
whoever
think
he's going
I'll-
to shoot at.
What about if he hits the 6 guys? These guys.
What about him? He's got
Well, they're a
he's got
6.
two to no, they're not because they're in the village, so they're 8.
Oh, okay, they're a 8.
Yeah,
Okay.
so he's got
All right,
like
they're still
2
the
to
best.
yeah.
Still the best people to hit.
It's a
Well,
1 to 3 shot.
3 shot. Okay.
Nope.
Okay. All right. So now
Then you
then
could
these
fire over
guys.
here, a 1 to 3 over there.
Yeah. Okay. Might as well.
Nope.
Yep.
And then you could fire 1 to 3 there.
And yeah, might as well.
Nope.
Nope. Okay.
Okay.
Now we'll go to these artillery shot right
Okay.
here. So we have we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it's long range.
Mm-hmm.
These guys.
Okay. So you've got 12
6,
to
12.
12 to
to-
11. So it's a 1-to-1 shot.
Okay, here we go.
36.
Oh.
Nope.
Nope. Okay. Now let's see, who else can we fire at? Let's see. We've got these guys. And that's just artillery. Okay, these guys will fire. They'll fire down here. They're going to be one long range, so it'll be 6 and 6, 12 to. I think it's a. Whoops, sorry about that. 2 to 1 on this dude down here.
Okay. And who's shooting?
The artillery right here.
Oh, okay. All right. So a 44
To hit.
at 2 to 1. Yeah, that's going to be a hit. Okay. All right. So that's 1 hit. And let me go ahead, add that, and then I'll make a morale check for them. And they pass.
Okay. Okay, let's see. These guys have a 8, 1, and a 7. I don't think they can hit anything. Okay. All right. The howitzer.
Yep, your favorite.
Howitzer. Let's see. I think I'll try. Now, the howitzer firing on guns. Does a howitzer kill a gun, or can it kill a gun, or
Nah,
I don't think it can it?
no, because it's whatever the odds are, right? So your
Now, the gun.
howitzer is, what is it, 6? So it's going to be 6 to 8. So you need to get 2 to 1, and then you got to roll a 66 in order
Yeah.
to actually
Pretty much
damage anything.
impossible.
So the better thing to
Pretty
do
much
would be to like
impossible.
lob it into a spot where there's a bunch of units kind of piled up. So like over here maybe there's a bunch
Yeah,
of
that's
units,
where.
and so if you drift, maybe it'll land on somebody.
Okay, I think I'll fire on this guy.
Okay. All right. So
3
first,
units
go
around
ahead
him.
and roll to see if you're on target. Just roll 1 die. 6. So you're off. You're off target. So now go ahead and roll 1 more die and see where it lands. A 6. So it's going to land here instead. So these guys are in the marsh, and let's see, the fire defense. Well, they were in skirmish, so I'm not sure what's up, but whatever. They're in the marsh. So fire defense is fire defense is 9. So you've got 6 to 9. So
Okay.
1 to 1.5. Roll 2 dice. 12.
Oh, nothing. All
Well,
right,
that's
so
fun.
I think that's everything. I don't think I missed anything.
Okay.
Okay, so now let's go do this skirmish, this assault here.
Okay. Which one do you want to do first? This one here? Okay.
To
So, let's see. This guy's got, so you've got 8 plus 5. So that's going to be 13. And then this guy's got 5 also. So that's going to be 18. and I've got 7. So it's a 2-to-1.
Let's see, I've got
attack.
13, yeah, 18, yeah.
Yeah. So it's a 2-to-1. So for me, there's a -3 on my morale check. And for you, there's no pluses or minuses. Well, you'll have minuses, but let me roll first and see if I pass. 25, that's going to be, I'm a 16, so I pass. So now
Okay.
you'll roll for this guy,
Mhm.
and there's no pluses or minuses for him.
All right.
36,
Okay,
so he passes. And then this guy will have a -6 because he took 2
Is-
hits from the defensive fire. And
Okay,
he
thank you.
passes. Okay?
Yeah.
So now we just go ahead and crunch our numbers.
Okay. So let's see, what if, okay. Oh. Okay, that's 21. 21, so that's 5. I've got 5 knights. 5 knights of 5 divided by 21 by 9
So that guy's worth 11 and a half, approximately.
times 21. 11.6,
Yeah.
11.7. Okay. The other guy is
So the one on the bottom is the undamaged, so that's just going to be a straight up 19. And then
this guy
is
is
18.
5
divided by
8
8.
of 5/8 of 18. Let me see
He
what
is
that
also
is.
11. He's 11.25.
All right.
So,
So 11.25, 11.6. That's
so you got
23.
41. So 41,
41?
and I've got a defensive 15.
Okay.
So
That's
41 divided by 15.
2.5 to
you're
1.
at 2.5 to 1. Do you have any
Okay.
leaders there?
Nope.
Okay, neither do I. So go ahead and roll and see what you get.
62. That should do
62, that's a
something.
good one. So that should send me packing slightly. Let's see here. So DD. So defending infantry is 3. Defender disorders retreats 3 hexes, losing 1 increment for each enemy ZOC exited. So I can go back 1, 2, 3. All right, and let me go ahead and pull him out, and let's go ahead and increase.
I think he had the
this.
1 loss, didn't he?
He did, yeah. So he's going up to 2 losses now. And let me go ahead and put a disorder marker on him. Good. And then the artillery, defending unlimbered artillery, 21. Battery disorders in place. So we just put a little disorder marker on top of them. All right, that was that.
Okay. Oh, I don't. Huh. So I don't get rid of him, huh?
No, if they had disorder during the pre-melee morale check, then the DD would
Okay.
have eliminated an increment, but they take a little
Okay.
bit more to knock them out. All right, now we're over to the other assault that you've got going on.
Right. Yep.
All right, so here I've got 4 increments, and you've got looks like 14 there, and then another
13.
13. So you got 5 to 1 odds. So you're going to have a plus 12, and I will have a minus 18. But I am the old guard cannons, horse guns, so I don't care. I don't have to make a morale check, so I just laugh at
Okay.
you. So
All
these
right.
guys will then have a plus 12 on their morale check.
Okay. So let's see.
They should probably
Plus
pass.
12.
Yeah, 26. So they
Okay.
will pass. Now this guy, the top unit, is took 2 hits, so he's only going to have a +6 on his morale
Okay.
check.
All right, here they go for that guy. Oh,
15, so that's going to be a 21. And now you do have a leader there, so maybe the leader can bunch it up a little bit more. Otherwise, he's going to
he's a
bunch up.
26. Yeah.
He's a
I
26.
think I might get
So it's
there.
a 15. So if your leader adds in something, he probably will do it.
1.
1. So it's a 26. So he's going to disorder. So he will go back 3. And then all the other Landwehr are going to have to make morale checks.
Okay. Oh, shoot. Okay. Boy, that was. How much did they miss by?
Just by 1. So if you'd had like a leader with a +2 or +3, they would have passed.
All right. Okay. Let's see. Boy, I'd be in trouble here. Okay. Now I've got to make this Landwehr's got to make it.
Yeah.
What is he? The 31. Boy, that's not easy.
Oh,
okay.
he's happy.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So we've got. So you've got 4 and 4, right? 8.
I've got altogether just 4, right? So each of the batteries is just worth 2 increments each. But yes,
Okay.
the melee value is going to be 8.
Yeah. Okay. And mine is 12. Okay. Let's see. The other guys are. They're 19, and the other guys are
They've lost
7/8 of 12. So that's pretty much 19
Well, no, so this
and
guy here is the top unit's worth 6, and so he's lost 1 increment, correct?
Yeah.
And he's got so each factor
he's
is
got
2,
8.
so he's got 10. Has he
Hold
lost
on.
2 or has he lost 1 increment?
He lost 1 increment.
Right. So, but he's only got 6 increments, right?
It's got 5/6 of
Right.
12.
So how many times
it's,
is
10.
6?
It's
How many?
10.
Yeah, so it's 10. So you got 29 to 8. So you're
Right.
at 3.5 to 1.
Right.
No pluses, no minuses.
Okay.
So 51, that's going to be another DD. So that means that they're just going to disorder. So I mark them as disordered. And that's that.
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right. Did you have any other assaults?
No.
All right. Then we can go to all of the recovery for your units.
All
So
right.
we want to start towards the back, and you want to highlight what it is that you're
All right.
what you're looking
I'll
for.
start right here.
Okay.
Okay.
So just a
All right.
-6. So they should recover.
Okay. What was my? Oh, the other rolls have gone away. Somebody put. Are these all out of commands? What's going on?
I hit the wrong button. Why is it doing that? There we go.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. And over here next.
Okay.
Let's see. 15.
Nope. He's going to
He
keep
keeps
running.
going. So I'm going to go take him back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay.
Okay.
I'll take this guy next.
Okay.
43.
It's going to be a 33. It should probably be okay. Those aren't Landwehr, but
Yep.
yep, they pass.
Okay. Okay. All right. Now we'll take these guys.
Okay.
Okay.
66. Yep, they're going to pass.
Okay. And finally, these guys.
Okay.
12.
They're going to keep.
Oh, they didn't want to. They didn't want to. So let's see.
So they are what? Just regular musketeers? Yeah. 2, 3, 4, 5,
Okay.
6. Yeah.
All right.
All right. So now you got a bunch
Let me
of people.
let me move over and see if there's anything further over I need to
Well, it depends on
do.
whether you or where you and Robert.
Yeah, I
have
think
things
I'll do
divided.
these 3 right here because they
Okay.
look like. Well, they might be Robert. This one's. I'll do this one right here first.
Okay.
Okay.
44. That should be.
Oh, wait a minute. It's a 63. I rolled the 63 first. See that?
Yeah. No, I see that. So
Okay.
I mean, even if it was a 44, it's fine. So
Yeah.
let me go find a exhausted marker for those guys. Those are cavalry. Okay. Okay.
Okay. And now let's go do these 2, I guess they may be Roberts. I'll let Robert do it. I'll do some of my disorders if I have.
Yeah,
I
you've
have
got
them.
a few piled up over there.
Okay. I'll try this disorder here first.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, they're
54.
fine.
Okay. And moving. Then I'm going to go down here to these guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
23.
no, they're gonna rout.
And who is that? That's Landwehr.
Landwehr, yeah. So just
Okay.
take them back
So-
6,
1, 2, 3, 4.
5, 6. Should put them right there.
Yeah. Okay. And now, would you try these guys?
Okay.
32.
32, that's going to be a 1, 2, 3. That's going to be a 25.
And they didn't do it.
So they're going to rout.
So they flip over. And
So 1, 2,
1, 2, 3, 4,
5, 6.
5, 6.
Right there. Yeah.
There. Then I'm trying these guys, and I think they're in a special structure.
Yeah. So the
So they get a
special
plus
structure
6,
gives them a
right?
+6, but they're half dead, so that's a -6. So they just have a -3
All right.
altogether.
Right.
41. They should be fine because they're pretty decent
Good.
troops. Yeah, they're your Fusiliers.
All right.
You
Now,
got these guys over here. They're going to have a
Do those-
-9, maybe a plus something for the leader. So just roll and see what you get. 54. Yeah, they're going to be fine.
all right. And I don't think there's anything else. Okay. All right.
right. Very cool. Okay.
All right. Guess
So
we'll
that kind of
go
takes
join
care of
the
stuff
other.
for that. Yeah, let's go see what the other guys are up to over there. Let's see. Game room 1.
Yeah, I would say you can move them. You could move them from multiple as long as they end up in the
Same place.
There we go.
Hey
same
guys.
formation.
So let's say I'll just maybe leave this top unit of the stack behind, and he won't advance, but the other one will advance, and then my oh no, they didn't participate in the assault, so forget the whole thing. Okay.
All right. So now you're check your routed units and your disordered units.
Do we have about 10 hours?
Yes, we do.
Okay. This is the excitement here. So, where do we start? Guess we'll start. We have to start with routed units first.
Yep.
Okay. Albert, did you roll for these guys here?
No, he did not. Because he figured they were yours.
Oh, they're mine.
Well, they look like they're from your part of the universe.
Yeah.
Okay. So they're half dead plus their Grand Plus. So
Yeah,
that's
so just a minus 12.
9. No. Yeah, 12.
Yep.
Uh,
So that's going to be a 33. They should pass.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
Surprise.
because your Fusiliers are in the low 20s.
Okay, we'll roll for these guys. They got a leader who
Oh.
probably adds in a half or something.
1.
Oh, a whole 1.
Stupelnagel.
Shocking.
Stupelnagel. With a name like that, oh, very inspiring. So those guys
Minus
are going
5.
to... No.
There's
So it's
6.
a-
1,
yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops. Gotta remember to lasso the whole bit. Okay, and then we got these guys.
So that's going to
No.
be a 23. So they may pass, depending on their morale.
It has to be less than, right?
It's got to be less than. So if they had a... Yep,
Oh,
22,
they did.
so they passed.
Shocking.
Yep. Otherwise, Stupelnagel was going to come and intervene.
They were scared of him.
Yeah.
Okay, and then these guys.
That's a
No.
22. No, they're gonna keep running.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. These guys here. They're cavalry.
So just a minus 6.
Oh.
They're okay.
There. Probably. They
So
landed
we'll
there.
mark them as
31.
exhausted.
Mhm.
And then you got these guys, and you got Clausewitz is with them, so they've got to be good.
Yes. Well, they probably haven't read his books. Clausewitz is so brilliant of a leader there.
Oh yeah, he's a decent artillery leader, better than anything else. So
Yeah. Not to move that
all right,
forward.
55.
Well, he inspired
Hey!
them.
He probably threatened them with having to read his book,
His
and
book.
they're all a
They
bunch
said,
of
"No,
illiterate farm boys. So I doubt that they know how to
We
read.
like to ride horses. We don't like to read.
Yeah.
Oops. There you go. All right, that's all
Right,
that
looks like
stuff.
that. So then now it just comes down to disordered people. It looks like you got a small pile of them.
Okay, so we'll start with these guys here.
Okay.
The -3.
Nope, they're gonna route.
Oh, they'll go 1. They go what? 6.
Yep.
Their movement.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Whoops. All right. I'll go with these guys here. Oh, they're definitely out of there. And then all these guys have to roll now again, right?
Yep. So as this guy routes past, they have to make a morale check.
Yeah, that's always the what I can't stand.
So
4, 5, 6. Okay, for these guys, they're out of there.
so they're just going to be disordered. So move them back 3.
Hold on. Where is it? All right, and these guys. Oh wait, we got.
Nope. You got to roll for him, and you got to roll for him too.
Oh, is he one? Oh, I
Yep.
didn't even see that. Okay, we'll roll for these guys.
35. They're going to pass.
That's good enough.
Because you got a leader there too.
Yeah. And these guys here. 34. That's probably good enough, I think. Oh,
Nope.
no.
No.
This is Spanish mob material here.
Tell me.
So they got to go back 3.
1, 2, 3. And these guys got to roll again?
Yep.
This rule is just ridiculous.
Well, this is kind of what was
Okay,
going
I
on.
don't care. I guess
For
so.
better or for worse.
All right. If you can convince me that there's a better side to things, yeah, okay, we'll roll for these guys. Yeah, they're
Yep,
happy.
they're happy.
Okay. I tell you, if Landwehr pass their morale check, they should be able to take all the hits off them too. I'm going to include that in the next rules.
There you go.
All right. And 33. That's probably not going to be good.
No.
They're out of there because there's nothing special about these guys, right?
Yep, they're 32, so.
They just route. Why isn't it letting me flow there? Okay, so now they got to go by everybody again. Let's see. What's the best way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'll go there. And these guys have to yet roll again. 21. So they disorder. And they just undisordered. It's just ridiculous.
It's because they weren't with Stupelnagel.
I guess not. Some other loser. 1, 2, 3. All right. These guys. And they don't care. They're good.
Now, Robert, I'm noticing that they've got a chevaux de frise marker underneath them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that needs to be wherever it was when they, unless the hex was overrun by the French. That would still be there, so I'm not sure where it started.
Where's the chevaux de frise you're talking
It's underneath this unit. It's that little counter.
Oh, right. Where were they?
I think it was this spot here.
There?
We can check an old.
Yeah. I mean, it should be somewhere. I mean, there's a few of them
Well,
that set up
It's
in
either
Ligny.
here or there. Those are the only two that would work with it, or maybe here. They were all across bridges.
right.
Yeah.
So we'll take a glance at a previous version and we'll figure it out exactly. But for the moment, we'll stick it there.
All right.
That's pretty much it.
Okay. Well, very exciting. What happened over on your end of the universe?
Well, he routed out. He killed one unit and routed out the other. That was on the other side of the
Of
the
Ligny
creek,
Creek, right?
and he routed one of my dragoons that were over there. The other
Right.
one survived the cavalry. Now, I think we did it right, but I was curious. In this set of rules, even regular artillery can move, unlimber, and fire in the same turn.
Yeah,
Okay.
so you don't unlimber and then move. You move and then you unlimber. So it costs 2 points to unlimber. So you could move the artillery forward if it's got a movement value of 6, for example. You could move it forward 4 hexes and then spend 2 points to unlimber. And then during the fire phase, later in the turn, you can then fire it. So that's how that works. So it's different than the bar game that we've been playing with, where you fire at the very beginning of your activation
Right.
before you
Well,
move.
but the other thing I've seen a number of games, they only allow that where you can move, unlimber, and fire for light horse artillery, but the others you can only in a turn you can move and unlimber, or you
Oh,
can
no,
unlimber.
in the premier rules, if it's
Yeah.
unlimbered when the fire phase comes around, you can then fire them. So
Okay. Yep, that's the way we played it, and so. But I was just checking with that because I
yeah,
have come across that other situation.
yeah.
Okay.
All right.
So my question is, why are both of these units here? If only one got hit, only the top unit would route. The other one would have stayed where it was.
Oh, the artillery?
No,
Or
you've got
the
you said
cavalry?
that these dragoons, right? These dragoons here, right? So if only the top unit got hit, right? I presume that's what triggered the route, unless he
Yeah.
charged you or assaulted you or something,
No.
right?
No, he just.
So only unit that took the hit would have routed. The other unit would still be where it was, um, with an
Could a
exhausted mark
unit
on it.
voluntarily route with the other unit
Nope.
to save its life?
Nope.
Okay.
There's no involuntary route in.
He would have to take. Would he also have to take then a morale check?
Nope. Because it's only the top unit that got hit. So only the unit that took the hit during the fire phase has to make a morale check. The other unit is going to stay where it is, and the other guy routes away.
But the question I have is, can he recover any readiness though?
No, he wouldn't recover readiness until the
my
French
turn.
turn, right? Because the charge happened during the French turn, so
Yeah.
they would then recover readiness during the French turn.
Okay. So that doesn't keep him from recovering readiness since he was.
So this 10-11 unit did not get hit, right? So he's going to be able to recover readiness potentially. It depends on what he does. I mean, if David pulls him back over the creek, then he might only be able to recover partial readiness, right? Going from exhausted to tired. If he
Right.
sits there and does nothing this turn, in the French turn, then at the end of the French turn, the exhausted marker would be removed. And if that happens, then he would be, fresh and
Yeah.
ready to go. I don't know what happened with this other chap here. Did he get hit?
He got hit. He took a morale check and passed.
Right. So for him, he's not going to be able to recover any readiness in the next French turn. So what you'd want to do is bring him back on the other side of the creek, and let him rest where he can't get pelted.
But yeah, if you take a casualty, you can't recover.
Exactly.
That's what
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So just being shot at isn't enough. Um, but but if you get hit, then that's going to impact your ability to recover. All right.
Okay.
Well, over on our side of things, let's
Yes.
see. We
What happened?
had a few attacks here where um, there were some assaults. One that kind of got pseudo repulsed. One that sent my infantry back, and then another one here where so I've got a couple of disordered artillery units out here that are going to need to figure out what to do with their lives. And that's about it for me.
Retire and move to Vegas.
Yeah, pretty much, in a word. That's the general plan. Go to Vegas.
Oh yeah, I see.
So
Okay.
that's it.
All right.
All
Well,
right, I'm going to save things.
okay, gentlemen.
I should be able to see. I should be available to play. Um, uh, next Monday.
I'm pretty sure I can play. Let me double check.
Yep, I'm available.
Okay, and if it's the case, Robert, where you think we need to push back the start time by 15 minutes or something like that, let us know.
I'll just let you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, just let's see next Monday.
Yeah, and then the Monday after that, the 13th, I might have to be covering for one of my coaches' fencing classes out in Murrieta. And if that's the case, then I won't be available. But I'll let you know. I should know, hopefully next week, if he needs me to cover his class or not. So that's what's up. So all right,
Good.
guys.
Good.